This is one species of seaweed which was introduced to Vietnam since 2004. Because of coming from the oceans, seaweed contains many elements such as A, D, C and trace elements. Minerals which are necessary for human health. Based on its shape, the scientists named it grape seaweed. These days, 80% products of the grape seaweed in Vietnam are exported to many countries such as Japan, Korea, Taiwan and many countries in Europe. Con Hoa now is an area which led in the cultivating and processing grape seaweed in Vietnam. It is not only an excellent resource of food production for human health. Grape seaweed also improve the polluted water environment. This is considered that seaweed is the first particularly breakthrough aquaculture production in Con Hoa, also generally in Vietnam. The benefits of grape seaweed. That seaweed is called Calabar grapes lentilifera, originating from Japan. It often grows to a bush or a group. It usually grows in the Pacific Ocean such as Philippines, Indonesia and Japan. In 2004, scientists from Vietnam Institute of Oceanography began studying the characteristics, physiology, ecology of seaweed originating from Japan. That led to have many researches which for transferring the technologies and processes in cultivation, harvest, process and preservation seaweed for the local people. In the nature, seaweed works as a biological filter in areas where water sources are contaminated by aquaculture. Seaweed helps to process ponds from contamination by accumulated water during cultivating the aquaculture. Grape seaweed can support the process of organic matter decomposition under the bottom of ponds faster and absorb the breakdown products at high speeds. Thus, it positively contributes to the cleaning treatment, improving water sources of the sea farms. Grape seaweed can have an ability to absorb the strong domestic metals such as Ag, Cu, lead and mercury. If absorbing these, seaweed production will harm for human health. Therefore, for producing food, grape seaweed must be grown in a clean environment, no heavy metal pollution, not affected by industrial effluents and domestic sewage. Best growing when grape seaweed is planted in the sea areas which have stable water conditions, appropriate salinity from 30 to 34 thousandths. Grape seaweed is living in a saltwater environment which has salt concentration, preferably from 30 to 34 thousandths. Low light condition from 15,000 to 20,000 lux and temperature from 26 to 30 OC. With such conditions, the grape seaweed can adapt with the Vietnam climate. As a new species of aquaculture, grape seaweed cultivation now is becoming a thriving career for the coastal residents, while the other traditional objects are being in the difficult cultivation. Therefore, grape seaweed is a breakthrough of aquaculture in the Con Hoa province. Nowadays, the acreages of seaweed farms have been reached at nearly 100 hectares. This is our proposed technology smart seaweed farm. The new management system is based on the One World of Innovative Technology. IoT has almost been beneficial applying in seaweed cultivation process to monitor many parameters in seaweed farm. Having the electrical power is supplied from the wind energy system. Supported by this system, the farmers can not only monitor the regularly updated data parameters of seaweed farms by sensors such as light, conductivity and temperature, air temperature, humidity, radiation, pressure, wind, seawater, nutrients, contamination, pH, oxygen, salinity, lifetime, growth rates, etc. fastest with the unlimited distance precisely. Warn the limit exceeded dangerous parameters but also save time, labor, and the costs in the long term with friendly environment. Therefore, this system will be enormous useful for business companies and the people who want to invest and cultivate the high quality and safety seaweed as well.